Mic test. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, can anybody hear me? Is the audio all good? Hello, hello. Welcome. Oh, welcome, welcome. There's a beta for test on Gundam Breaker 4. Oh, okay. Interesting, interesting. I didn't know about that, but I'll probably, I'm not sure if I have time to play today, if it's today, but, I'll look out for it, and maybe I would, try it next time or something. Ah, okay, okay, I see, I see. Well, you know what? I'll probably play it on my second channel or something. Yeah, I'll probably play on my second channel, and stuff. But right now, is audio all good? Bloody Mannequin, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for coming. Welcome, welcome. Is audio all good? Is audio like both on Twitch and on YouTube, right? Hang on. Let me double check. Okay, okay, okay. It seems like it's going okay. Give me 1 second. Sounds great. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let me go to Twitch real quick. Yeah, okay, so for those things, right? Definitely, what's it called? Definitely, yeah. Yeah, definitely, what's it called? Yeah, for those things, definitely, like, if it kept on happening, definitely contact support, which you can find on Discord, on both the Discord and in email. So yeah, definitely check it out if it's still not fixed after a while. But yeah. Also, but anyway, today we'll be going over. I just streamed. I would have. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, good. Oh, good. Thank you so much. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's fine. It's fine. It should be just Yu Bunny VTuber or something like that. Like Yu Bunny no space VTuber. Yeah. So today we'll be going over Qitian build guide. Oh, and how about yours? Is yours just bloody mannequin? I'll follow you on Twitch as well. After the stream, so. But yeah. What was I gonna say? So today we'll be going over Qitian. That is, email them. Okay. Hopefully they'll get back to you soon, yeah, because they made a new game recently, and so that's why they're busy. Hopefully they get, hopefully they dash it. Anyway, dash in. True. Maybe it'll be to troll it, who knows, yeah. Maybe it'll be yeah. Let me show myself real quick, yeah. I don't know why I wasn't showing myself. Anyway, today we'll be going over Qitian. Build guy, as well as this, some other things like, Cynthia, oh my god, thank you so much for the follow, thank you. So, we'll be going over Cynthia Awaken, we'll be going over Qitian, we'll be going over the new parts that came in Saga as well. And while we're waiting for some people, even though I think there's already a lot of people, but thank you so much for being here though, thank you all so much. Also wait, Bloody Mannequin, if I remember correctly, you stopped, like, did you take a break on Iron Saga for a little bit? If you did, definitely check if you're still in our corpse in Iron Saga. If you're not, then we'll get you in right away. But I don't know though. My memory might be fuzzy and stuff. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome, EXE. Welcome. Anyway, okay, but since it seems like there's a lot of people here, let's start with some news first. So, there's not actually much news because it's only been a few days. I already made a video on the new mecha. I don't know how to say it in English still, but 家具图 is how you say it in Chinese. So yeah, I've got a new pilot, and she's pretty interesting because she's actually one of the pilot that was actually used that is in Awaken recently. So definitely something to pay attention to, which I'll get into when we're talking about the new pilots as well. I did have a break like about one. Oh, awesome. Okay, yeah. Again, yeah. If you're not in our corpse anymore, definitely come join back because we are still all the best corpse in the game. So yeah, just tag me after the stream and I'll get you in. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. And then the new things that came out are Wallong Retrofit, and I already made a video on it showcasing both. We got the Wallong Fire and we got the Wallong Thunder, which so far it seems like the Fire one are better in PvE, while the Electro one are better in PvP because more control and stuff like that, right? Oh my god, Oh my god, thank you so much for the. Thank you so much. That's the first time I ever got a. What's it called? Oh my god, hold on. Jesus, thank you so much, Monica. Thank you. Oh my god, thank you. Uh, Holy crap, thank you so much. Uh, uh, Yay, please do. Yeah, please do. Yeah, please. Oh, yeah, please do come back. Yeah, please do come back to, yeah, just tag me out the stream so in case if I forgot. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. The losing infinity driving me mad since, the losing infinity. Oh, what's it? Yeah, if you have any problems, honestly, just contact support is the easiest one. But right now, they should be on break. They can contact them tomorrow, or they should reply to you tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Just, yeah, if they didn't, just email again or just call them again. So yeah, we're playing Iron Saga, so you know Iron Saga are known for the bugs and all. So yeah. Oh my, yeah, but welcome. Cynthia, welcome. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Mannequin. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay, that should be most of the news. I think there's actually isn't much going on. I will assume because they are working on a new cast. They did made a new game that isn't really my thing because it's not really mecha and it's the gacha game that is. I think it's pretty unique, but it's not my thing. So the event for today. I actually woke up a little bit ago. So what's it called? I ate like dinner, I guess. So I just like breakfast dinner. Thank you. Oh my god, thank you for so much. Thank you so much, Monica. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh no, not Saga VS. Saga VS is oh actually Stokai, which is staff, have confirmed that Iron Saga VS has delayed because they want to make a console version. Now, I don't know. The thing is, right? I think sometimes even the information dev give out can be wrong, or can be up to interpretations, I guess. So, that's what happened. So if anyone wondering why Iron Saga VS hasn't come out yet, it might be because of that. Because they are working on, I don't know, PS4 version or something, Switch or whatever. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, thank you so much for coming. All right, let's just start with Qitian. So obviously, I'm pretty sure by now, especially for those who are playing in top PvPs, Qitian has been pretty OP. In pretty much any arena that you can use Qitian in. Mainly because it has extremely OP and high final defense value that essentially make you only take 30% of damage most of the time. Against actually most type of attack in the game, short for maybe beam, I guess. And of course, it'll be immune to those type of damage as well. Fire, EM, acid, and stuff like that. Which those are, I will assume, the more how do you say it? The more scarier effects in the game. Because EM literally makes you not move. Fire can do a lot of damage. While ice can slow you down, but you can still technically move, and beam really doesn't do as much damage, So yeah. Hopefully soon, no. Hopefully. But anyway, let's start with Qitian. So, oops, my bad. I hit my own microphone. So first, chassis. Final damage received minus 35% again. Just for those who don't know, final damage calculates after firm skill. So after firm skill, you're gonna take 100 damage. Then this skill will make you only take 75, or it'll only make you take 65 points after calculations. But it will also double that. Yeah, it will also double that. Against normal type, which is the main type of damage in the game. For most mecha, fire, EM, and acid, and those are just also just good add-ons to have as well, to reduce it by double, which is 70%. And 70% meaning after firm skill, if you will take 100 damage, you only take 30 damage, which is again huge, very huge into this meta where everything like even firm skill is not enough to save you against like one grab and stuff like that. So, and another reason why by default he have this high of a final damage defense is also because oh my god, thank you. Yeah. I don't know what the hype train is, but thank you, I guess. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, so one reason why they have this high of a final damage reduction is also because the second chassis, basically every 5 seconds, it will summon 3. It's not okay. The Awaken is kind of weird, but it's 3 summons essentially. 3 summons that will be summoned on the field, and you know they will do actions along with Qitian. Whenever Qitian uses an action that's over 5 seconds, which is most of his powerful moves, right? And because there are summons, that means because the summon doesn't summon is not clones. Clones will inherit the parts. Like for example, if you were to be using like for example, if this is At, then At would inherit all these parts, making At's clone also very, very powerful, right? But for Qitian, because they are summons, they don't inherit any parts. However, to keep them alive, right? To keep them alive, they added this, or to keep them alive, the first chassis can basically, reduce the damage that the summons will also be taking, because summons will also have the chassis, so the summons will also have a 70% or up to 70% final damage reduction when they get hit. So as long as it doesn't get hit by something really, really strong, like for example, something like Virgil's X ult, right? As long as you don't get hit by some huge AoEs or some huge powerful moves, it should be able to survive for it to do, strong actions along with Qitian. So, and let's get to the second chassis as well, where the clones again. At the launch of this unit, people think that the clones is not the same as the one with Ash, so it might not be as good. But honestly, Qitian, as long as it have the first chassis, is already OP. But now with the summons, because it's always good in this game to have, I guess, more bodies on the field. Because having more bodies on the field meaning, there's more chances, or there are chances for the enemies to target those clones and potentially, unleash their stronger move onto those clones instead of, on the main body. And basically, effectively, I don't know, like I guess cannon foddering or like helping or essentially tanking a grab or a deadly attack for the units. And having more units on field can just create more, I guess, collisions from their AoEs that they will be using with Qitians, which would be really, really strong. Which would be really strong controls or I guess CCs on the field as well. Because having more clones on the field that are all doing huge AoEs along with Qitian can really pretty much. Like if the enemy doesn't have any anti CCs, like if you're in some lower arena where people doesn't really care about being knocked out and stuff, you can really just wipe people's one Qitian can just make the entire enemy team unable to move because the enemy team just constantly being knocked down by Qitian's clones and AoE and stuff like that. And also in the process they'll also be doing a lot of damage as well. So yeah. Now see again, even if the clone, and I'll get into this as well, because Qitian is not the best in PvE, right? In PvE, right? Because in PvE it doesn't do the most damage, and his kit doesn't really help. I guess like it doesn't have well, I'll get into the PvE builds, but it's just not the best DPS considering we have things like Dante or the upcoming Gogai Guard and stuff like that. But Qitian, because it can summon, like, usually they'll have 6 clones on the field, but 3 or 6 clones on the field, all of them, if all of them are hitting the boss or hitting the units with their X ult, that is still huge damage adding up. Like sure, one clone doing the X ult without parts probably wouldn't do much damage, but when 6 of them, even though they don't have parts, they're all welling on one unit or one boss, that the damage adds up. So making Qitian, although not the best, are still usable in top PvE. So, well, probably not top PvE, but in PvE in general. So. And of course, you got a final damage dealt increase, which most mecha have nowadays, just so you can keep up with the stats increase over the game. Again, final damage value calculates after firm steal. So let's say you do 100 damage after firm steal is calculated, it'll add 30% to that, so you'll do 130 damage. So I have no clue how to stop the cloning. No, okay, yeah, I'll get into. Well, yeah, I think I just get into it now. See again. If you go to the parts and you go read um, in your support, and you go to where is it? Phantom interference device. As you can see, it says once every second, obliterate a random phantom or clones unit in the near distance of the unit. So if Qitian has really been a problem for you, this might be a good part for you to use, because it can basically 3 seconds. If they're near the clones, then the clones is gone. However, how do you say? I don't think I specifically use this to fight against Qitian, because I don't know. It's because Qitian can summon them so much, I guess. So unless you have multiple units with this, it's kind of hard for you to stop the clones, in general. However, even without the clones, Qitian are still a really, really powerful mecha to mess around with, I guess, just because of the extremely tanky nature of it. But if the clones are screwing you up and you don't have anything to really go against it, then probably having 2 of this might be a good option against. But the thing is, I'm not sure if it's worth it to invest into this just for Qitian, when you can just use your own Qitian to, fight the other Qitian and stuff like that. Iron Saga is such a great game. Do you build Gunpla Yu? I used to, but now because I've been busy, so I haven't been building much Gunpla. So I wish though, and I'll probably try to maybe do a live building soon. Yeah, it's random PvE sometimes and literally melt other. It's random in PvE sometimes. It literally melt other times. 40 second or more to fight. Yeah. Because that the clones and stuff like that. Well, actually, I'm not even sure if it's RNG, because usually if Qitian have 6 clones out, there is no corner of the map where their attack couldn't cover, I guess. But I don't know. But yeah. But anyway, yeah, if you really do have problems with Qitian, then this is the part that you can use the thing. Again, in Ian's that description, it says it's duplications, which can be a little bit misleading, because I know they don't want to use clones, because clones and summons are different. Well, I think they did say they summon 3 clones, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like, might as well just call it summons. Like, it will summon, or like, it will create 3 summons, so people will know that, oh, it is summons. It is not some kind of, I don't know, body doubles, which it is kind of W double, but oh well. And what does that mean by duplication will be generated? No, like, when Qitian take an action over 5 seconds, the clones or the summons will also use whatever attack that Qitian uses. That's what it's supposed to be meant. But I don't know why the Ian translation are just so weird. So, to be honest, that course is not needed. You might as well roll for Qitian, honestly. So, yeah. Alright, now onto his weapon. Now, surprisingly, it's long thing here, like its long, stick here that it has is not a long handle, which baffles me a little bit. It's blunt melee, which makes sense, I guess. It is sort of a blunt melee as well. So yeah, yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, because this can really mislead people. So, oh wait, so does the Qitian whenever it takes an action, it will create another clone or something? Who knows, right? With this kind of translation. Yeah, so blunt weapon. Now, blunt weapon, kind of sad that it is blunt weapon, because if it is long handle, then you can use the long handle parts that can make it do even more CCs in PvP. However, it'll be too OP if Qitian can do that. So I get it that the first weapon is not, and it's a blunt weapon instead. So yeah. So it kind of makes sense. But the second one is a fist melee. Now, having a fist is always good, because having a fist, that means you can use claws, which claws are usually a better healing tools than absorption shell. So yeah, having the claws give it the option to use super raw fist, give it the option to use claws, which is always good. And yeah, because it is 5-star. Fire Golden Eyes. Now, this move is also really, really interesting. This move, I'm not sure if it came with the second upgrades, but this move, what it can do is it can de-stealth So if enemy have, let's say if enemy have Messiah, right? It can potentially, take out the stealth of Messiah, which is a pretty interesting. It is a good tool that you have in PvP if there's any, stealthy units or stealth unit that can probably be hard to deal with, right? Like it can essentially snipe enemies, Zulong or not Zulu, Zonghu with it, which is pretty awesome. So, and then we got the single shot melee. Now this move is pretty devastating, or it looks pretty devastating, but it's not needed. Yeah, it looks strong, right? But it is not, honestly not needed. It's only there, in my opinion, to just, I don't know, do more CCs and do more damage slightly, I guess. But overall, yeah, honestly, it's more of a CC tool than damage tool. Like it doesn't do that much damage. But because it is hitting the enemies, so it can potentially trigger a lot of the the on-hit effects. If you have any of those on, and just overall, but it's nothing. But this move is not necessary. Means you can just skip this one. So you only need 7-star for Qitian, which is upgrading his chassis and his actions. So yeah. So yeah. Every season is always something. Yeah, true. Yeah. But the thing is just that, if you see that and you think you need it, you really don't need that. Is like Qitian's, like it's a Qitian doesn't even use that move that often. So yeah. However, it will be cool though if the clones can use that. If only the clones can use that, then it can be a very, very powerful, like a meta breaking CC tool. So yeah. Is about bomb constant place. It should be effectively purse armament. Just say what it does. True, yeah, true, yeah. Oh well. And then we got a shield. Shield is always good into this meta because you never know if the enemies are using some one-shot builds that can be that you could have been protected if you had shield. So having a shield is always good today. So. And then now on to its unique abilities. Now its unique abilities are how do I say? Not as basic, but like pretty much, okay, well, how do I say, pretty much every move aside from its basic attack can be replicated, or or the clones will also replicate with it. But honestly, otherwise it does, in my opinion, I don't think there's anything too special about it. Well, some of the moves does have a really wide string, like for example this one, and that's pretty good, and I think it's designed this way as well, because in the lore, right, or in like the real mythology, the weapon can extend by a lot, and because of that, and because all the clones will be using that, it's just even more AoE CCs that can be just control, like just hitting all the enemies and just bouncing and applying effect onto all the enemies as well. So try 9-star Dante, or I need to replace my 5-star Virgil to get to. Okay, I would suggest 7-star. Yeah, you really don't need the weapon. Yeah, 7-star should be enough. 9-star, or I guess 9-star is like, yeah, I really don't suggest 9-star, mainly because maybe it will come, like maybe a trophy will come one day that that, because every time a trophy comes, the banner will come back, and also you also get a ball that can potentially get you more Dante, right? So yeah, Dante is usable as 7-star. So yeah. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. In my opinion, its action is its actions are what its actions are supposed to be. Wide ranging, not just focused on one unit, and also just doing a good amount of damage in both PvP and PvE. So, and because of these actions combining with the clone, that'll also be pretty good. Now I didn't look in too deep on which one is a grab, but at least from this one, it says it's a counter and grab, which I don't know. I'm not sure how this will translate with the clones, because once the units are in a grab, I'm not sure if the clones can really do anything. Like for example, if this move if this counter grab move grabs grabs the opponents. Now, what will happen to the clone? Like the clone's gonna grab them, so could they finish the combo and also do damage? If they can, then this move will be pretty good. But if they couldn't, or if they couldn't grab someone else, then I think um it, this is probably something that Qitian can improve on. But however, again, all these are not exactly downside of Qitian. I mean, they are, but because Qitian can already do all of this, it would be too strong if it can grab like I don't know all 4 units in PvP and just kill them all. So yeah, yeah, exactly, basically, yeah. But yeah, that's what I think about the the actions. Now, if I miss anything, I'll be commenting down below. But from my experience, these actions are pretty basic, in my opinion. It's just good enough for the clones to have for the for the white swing hits. But also it is not something too special to to talk about. But I do believe that its damage of its action are on the higher end. Well, mainly also because of the 30% final damage dealt, but it is still like basically it's both defensive and offensively OP, I guess. Yeah. Alright, anyway, that's enough about just explaining Qitian. Let's get into its builds. Now, let's get into it. So again, I know EN doesn't have Byron Awaken yet, but I'm putting this here to be future-proof, because Byron, I think, is still what you want to put on Qitian the most, because of his skills are kind of synergize with Qitian, right? Because which I'll get into why when Byron Awaken does drop. But just know Byron Awaken, in my opinion, are the best pilot offensively and defensively on Qitian. However, again, in a team setting, Byron might not be the best. Yeah, in a team setting, Qitian is already good at everything. So honestly, Qitian should be the last unit that you pair the unit with, because Qitian can carry everyone. You can put a support pilot on Qitian, it will be fine. You can put a the stronger Qitian will how do you say? The better the pilots are at spamming actions, the more offensive Qitian will be, and that's about it. But in a team where if you have Virgil or something like that already, do you really need Qitian to also do a lot of damage? I guess, like, why don't you make Virgil do a lot of damage, and while Qitian can still do a lot of damage, it's just a little bit less than before, but it is also keeping your support safe on it, and your support is on the front line, bashing enemies. So that's also kind of funny. Oh yeah. Anyway, so and I'll get into the pilot that I think will be good in PV with Qitian in EN right now. That thing, note that I haven't played in EN meta recently, so I don't know like how they are being used. But I will give you some candidates that I think are a good fit. So anyway, so starting from his actions, now we get a purple joint. Now purple joint are Qitian's bloodline, or Qitian's thing is spamming actions, so the clones can also spam actions to do more damage and to do more CCs. So your parse should not be anything that isn't cooldown reduction, and purple joint are just a better version of hydraulics, because the purple joint can do more damage. Now, if you don't have the purple joint, you can obviously use hydraulics. Hydraulics are also a good choice, and sometimes might even something you might not even see a difference between hydraulics and between the purple joints. So and yeah, honestly, any other shells, don't think it's worth it unless you have a support pilot on it and you want to keep it surviving. Then when this shell drop, maybe you can use this shell, so it can help you, help your tank, or just overall your units not get one-shotted by Tau Awaken or something like that. So probably this is a skill that you can probably this is a core that I can put on, but usually you will want to put on action cooldown or action reduction core. So and now for his bullets. Now again, I said before, claws I think are the best. Now they did make a new parts for Qitian, which is this one, the one where if you have it'll increase blunt weapon damage, and when blunt weapon when blunt weapon attack hits, the enemies, the target will take basically 20% more fire damage value. Again, I'll talk about how fire damage value is for 3 seconds and with a gap of 5-second activation interval. In my opinion, in PvP, you still really want to have sustainability somehow. Like, especially with Byron, since Byron's skill can trigger this, like, can trigger the claw as well, it can keep Qitian very healthy, right? Because Qitian, although he is tanky, if he couldn't generate the HP back, then then it doesn't really, it couldn't tank as much, right? So in my opinion, having a lifesteal show on are still good. Either you're using the claw, which I would recommend, because every unit that have a fist should use a claw, mostly, depend, but usually that's how it goes. And of course, if you don't have a fist, then you can use the absorption shell. So how does he rocks? Hello, welcome. And now onto its support. So for the support slot, in my opinion, Shadow Stabilizer are the best, because Shadow Stabilizer just prevent your Qitian from being knocked down, which if it doesn't get knocked down, you can do more action, you can do more damage. If it do get knocked down, then it'll take like 1 to 2 seconds before it step back up to do more damage. So Shadow Stabilizer, in my opinion, are always the best choice. However, gosh, hold on. However, once this part come out, this little battery thing here come out, this part might be a better option for Qitian, because it kind of, like, basically you take 3 damage or something, then it will negate another damage, and negating damage are always better than tanking the damage, I guess. So this is a good part to have once this part does come out. But do know that if you saw your Qitian being knocked down a lot, then maybe it's time to put back on chassis stabilizers. Even though a lot of move ignore chassis stabilizers now, but just know it is an option, right? It is an option to have. But once this battery come out, you usually will want to use this battery. So. And then now we have for the armor. Armor, honestly, just from steel, there isn't really any other armor that you use. Maybe aside from fork. But the thing is, you usually wouldn't use a I couldn't see you use like Elaine on it, or like maybe you'll use Edith on it, but Edith last skill I think is much better to have versus using a fork on Qitian, right? So firm steel I think is always the best. If you don't have firm steel, then fork, obviously. I mean, firm steel is farmable, so you should have firm steel, but just make it use, I guess, if you already have a firm steel skill somewhere else. And then for the coatings, I use tilted armor. Tilted armor I think is just overall better, because you can use liquid armor if you feel like your Qitian is dying very early. But in a game where it stalls, which the game is diverging into a stall game lately, having a defensive ability that lasts the entire duration, I think is better. So that's why I use tilted armor. But obviously, you can use other coating depending on the situation, right? You can use liquid armor if you want. You can use other armor too if you want. So, all right. So those are the parts. Let's talk about the pets. Now the pets, Pisces, I think is the best. Pisces just give you an extra health bar as you do more damage. And usually Qitian might not even be the one taking the damage yet, because the clones might be the one that is taking all the aggro's. So, and while Qitian can be back doing more damage and also building up the secondary HP, which I think is always good. And plus I think this also have anti-CC abilities from what I heard, so it's also a really good skill just to have on Qitian, even though Qitian really isn't scared of most CCs because of his chassis. So yeah, but just having an extra health bar is always good in PvP. So, and if you don't have Pisces, and I know a lot of people probably don't have it, some other PvP ones can work, and it does suggest Scorpion, but Scorpion should be on your range unit. Like, so Scorpion should be on your Light Horse, should be on your, I don't know, Messiah, your Virgil, your Dante, and stuff like that. Not your Qitian, which you can, I guess, but I will be surprised if your Qitian couldn't do damage even without it, I guess. So, yeah. But yeah. Pisces, in my opinion, is the best, and of course, if you don't have Pisces, you know, the good old Fork, or for the good old Mantis will work, and the other Mantis will work if you really don't have any, you know, pay-to-win pets. If you can just use some other ones that you can redeem for using Super Z. Like for example, if you can use GA29, and you know, as usual, if you're using GA29, you can use, you know, the batteries. You can use the emergency detach. Now, the reason why I didn't suggest emergency detach is because I don't know, man. It's pretty hard for Qitian to activate emergency detach because of its 70% final damage reduction. It's possible, but if that is happening, then something is wrong. Like if your Qitian is activating, you know, emergency detach, then something might be really, really wrong. And whatever that made you trigger it, like whatever that triggered emergency detach can probably kill your Qitian very soon as well. So, but it is something you can use still. But you know, just I didn't. That's what I didn't say it. Yeah. When I was talking about the parts. And of course, if you don't have anything, you can obviously also use something like GMO1. GMO1 is a firm shield skill. Then you can replace, you know, your armor with Fork or with some other armor that maybe are better in depending on the situation. So. And now for the co-pilot skill. Now, co-pilot skill again, it depends heavily on your pilot that you're using. The builds that I have above already covers everything, right? You don't really need anything else for it. So let's say if you're using something like, if you're using this build and you use something good on it, like for example, you're using Becca's on it even, which it can work, and because the build already got you cover everything, Qitian already got you cover on everything, so your build really are just what can help your team out, like right? Literally just what can help your team out. You can use, you know, the Lolo one, right? The Lolo give you, it's just a good PvP skill to have, because you know it can make your units activate your active skill sooner, or not just activate their action sooner to have an advantage. You can use the new co-pilot, the little Qitian pilot. She's also a really interesting pilot that you can use in PvP. Even Love, yeah, I can just put Love on if you want, just for more heals. Moonfang, welcome. Thanks for coming. So yeah, so the co-pilot skill really depends on what your team needs. And this also go back to how strong Qitian is, because Qitian is so strong that it can do everything, making you save a slot for you to benefit your team on your co-pilot skills. So really, really interesting, yeah, or really cool, I guess. So and let's say if you're using on something like let's say if you're using Shino on it, right, for turbo action CC mode, right? There's another skill that can be quite interesting. Is her skill? Is Angela's special, where if the enemy destroys your clones or your summons, they will take a paralyzation that goes to immunity for 3 seconds. So, you know, if the enemy are using Virgil and they one-shot all of your clones, you know, on a screen, then they will get stunned for 3 seconds because, you know, it popped the clones, right? So this is potentially a skill that you can actually put on just to kind of like meme it, I guess. Like if you don't, okay, yeah, like if your pilot doesn't have support and have special, then this might be a part that you can consider, which is interesting, right? But the thing about the skill is it is reactive, right? Where it requires the enemy to kill your clones, which you cannot guarantee that. It just have to RNG it, I guess. But if you're against a team that you saw, oh, this guy's team is killing my clone consistently, right? Then, you know, this skill might be a really good option, or might be a good option to have, especially if your pilot does not have support. So yeah, alright, so let me get you the pilots that I can use in, you know, PvP in Ian. Now, if you want to know what Ian is using right now, honestly, you can just go check people's team, you know, if you're in top 100, but I'm gonna list everything out. Yeah, I'm gonna list everything out, right? I'm gonna list. So we got Shino. Obviously, is one that can use for spamming. You can use. I'm just going to Ian. Yeah, I'm going to Ian's things, and I'm gonna just go into. Oh, that we can pilots. Look, if you want to use Becca's on it, you can. Literally, if you want to use Becca on it, you can. If you want to use Lokai on it, you can. Again, Qitian is not picky about pilots. Judith, you can, but again, Judith is better on Dante or some of the, Jumo units. But, or I guess, how do I say, like, or, not Judith, Vesper, but, like, how do I say, like, it's more on, like, for example, if you have Vesper Awaken, right, then you probably should prioritize putting Vesper Awaken onto Dante, and then whatever pilot you have left, put that on Qitian. That's kind of how it goes when you're, building Qitian, I guess. Like, you build all 3 units of your team, then what's left that you need to have that pilot on, put Qitian on it, and you're all good. So, yeah. I think Riona can be a pretty good one, because, Riona, but the thing is that there's so much clones on the field, I'm not even sure if people can hit Riona, but Riona can be a good one. Heck, Goonie can be a good one. Again, support, Qitian is strong enough to carry support pilots. Not sure about overall, because overall I think needs something special, right? But I don't know. I don't remember. But I don't think people should awaken overall anyway, so yeah. Kaz can be one as well, but I don't think Kaz is worth to put on it. Rhea can be a really good one, because Qitian, at least for now, Qitian goal are still to do damage, and if you have Rhea on it, even though you can keep Rhea safe, your Qitian might not do as much damage as it should be, I guess. Especially if the enemy Qitian are using an offensive build. But Rhea can be one that I can put on if you really couldn't squeeze, Reyes anywhere, right? Dante needs to be piloted by Vesper. Virgil needs to be piloted by Matilda, and I don't know. Your Wusheng need to be piloted by Edith, right? Then what's next? Then who can Rhea pilot on? Then you can put Rhea on Qitian. That's kind of how it goes, right? Like you pair your other units first, then whoever is left you put on Qitian, and that should be good. Yeah. Unless you want to make your Qitian like work, I guess. Like if you want your Qitian to do more damage, and the easiest way is just to put the best pilot that can be spamming action. Like for example, Divine Empress. Divine Empress can spam actions, thus making it a good pilot on Qitian, because it can just do more actions to do more DPS and stuff like that. Again, Carl, Alicia, Elaine, even Icy, even Yumeno probably, Snow even, can all be used on Qitian. How good it is really depends on just how good of the Awaken pilot they are, I guess. The better the Awaken pilot they are, the better it is on Qitian in terms of meta, I guess. So, yeah. One thing I do want to and Edis I think is also one that you just couldn't go wrong. Like with some other ones, like if you go with Becca's and it might be a bit outdated, but Edis is one that I don't think you go wrong, because Edis have a good defensibility that can boost Qitian's defensibility even more, and Qitian also, and she also wants to stay alive for the skills, thus Qitian can help you do that, and I think she also does give some offensibility for Qitian as well, so that's also really good. Yeah, so that should be it about. Oh yeah, right. So for Alicia, right? For Alicia, she has a skill that make her immune to the damage from the clones and from the summons. Now, in my opinion, is it worth to use Alicia to fight against Qitian specifically? Not really, because it's just, unless the enemy are using 4 Qitians, then maybe it can work. But if or 4 to 3, if they're using 1 or even 2, not sure if it's worth it, because in Ian right now, Alicia is still being used, right? So probably for Ian, Alicia can be a good option. But in NC, back in NC and JP, Alicia is hopelessly outdated at this time. Thus, nobody really use Alicia, and nobody really care to use Alicia's skill to fight against Qitian. But since Ian, Alicia is still good, it is also a pilot that can use, maybe not on Qitian, I mean, you can put her on Qitian, but she can be a unit to, I guess, fight against Qitian heavy teams, I guess, if it is really giving you problems. So yeah. Imagine bunnies. Yeah. Yeah, some bunnies, yeah. Anyway, okay, so I think that should about cover all the pilots that I think. I mean, again, it's just every pilot. Honestly, every pilot that isn't specifically locked to a certain element or like a range, like just don't use any range units or any unit that needs specific, elements. Like for example, you probably don't want to use Hong Xiaoyu and Takahashi because they are more tied to fire, right? So probably don't want to use them on Qitian. So yeah. But anything else that isn't bound to a certain thing, then that can really work. I do want to go into NC though. NC again, same thing. Honestly, same thing applies. The better the Awaken pilots you have on Qitian, the better. That's just kind of how it goes. And again, if you want to do it to do more damage, you just put on an action spammer like Byron, like I don't know, Hongwu Awaken, right? If you want it to just carry your units, just water around, then put Rhea on, Rhea, heck, you can even put, what's it called? They can even put what's her name again? Let me see. Hold on, I'm gonna go to Hardbox. Probably easier this way. You can even put Pythion. Like legit, you can even put Pythion if you want. Again, because it's really carry anything. And also, and everything I talked about before also applies with every other pilot on Qitian, right? Let's say if you're a new player, right? If you're a new player and you don't know what to put on Qitian, yeah, here you go. Every pilot, almost every pilot can be used on it as long as you read its skills. As long as it doesn't have any skills, that would just not work on Qitian. Like for example, Qitian doesn't have a sword melee, and if the pilots or if the pilot have a skill that needs sword melee, then you don't want to use this pilot on because because this pilot requires, actually no, not him, but some pilots needs a sword melee. Some pilots needs this mecha to be fire, to be ice. As long it's not a mecha that is bound to something, it can work. It can definitely work. So for new players, it's also a very easy mecha to build, just because Qitian is OP by default. So yeah. What else? Alright, so that should be it about PvP. I guess it's going to PvE, which PvE is not going to be long. It's just your good old PvE build. Now even though Qitian is you want to spend actions in PvE, final damage is always the best. So you really want to use Majin Core just for more final damage. And of course, this is the new part that you should replace every single PvE parts that you have. Like for example, you should replace this one. You should replace the Super Raw Fist. Even though he can use Super Raw Fist, but this new part are just better, mostly. So, and of course, for the support, you want to use Fist just for even more melee damage. And for the armor, Firm Seal in case the boss can do big damages. And for the coatings, Baihu skill for whoever pilot that you use it on. For example, I'm using Linda, so accuracy is good. And for the pets, I'll use Fire Rabbit because even though fire reduction is important, Fire Rabbit can reduce CP while also being really good in PvE. So this is a skill that I'll put on, so your cheating can do even more damage to the boss. And of course, the quarter skill is obviously going to be Hongwu. If you depending on who you're using, right? For Linda, obviously you're going to use Hongwu on it. But if you're using something like Elaine, then you'll want to use someone like Greta on it. Where is it? Where's Greta? I don't know. Where is she? Yeah, you want to use Greta on it for just final damage increase. So yeah, that's kind of how you build it in PvE. Again, it is not the best in PvE, but you can use it in PvE just because there's so much clones welling on the boss all at once. So all those damage add up for it to do good damage in PvE. For it to do good damage in PvE as well. So, especially for new players. If you're new players, then this is really a mecha that you should get. It will carry you through so many things. So yeah. I'm putting on Linda back on and stuff like that because, and also something you might realize that my Hong is Awaken. Now I'm gonna be switching this skill back to Awaken skill, so I couldn't use this skill anymore. But it's kind of sad that now Hong got Awakened, so now we couldn't use this skill anymore. But there are some options that you can use that can also do more damage, or that can also do damage, but none can really compare with Hong Awaken. So. Alright, so that should be it about PvE builds. It's honestly that simple. Just your usual, DPS build. Just know that it is not the best. And I guess I will just go over on how to counter, Qitian, right? Qitian, what can fight against Qitian, right? Obviously, if the clone is a bother thing for you, you can obviously use the anti-clone and the anti-summon parts. If I guess, how do I say? Otherwise, aside from that and maybe Alicia tanking some of the clone damage, there really isn't much you can do about it because it's just a unit. Like, it's just a unit that is doing the big AoEs. Like, there are not something that you can put on specifically to counter it. Maybe you can use Gila, but Gila is gonna get one-shotted by Qitian's one clone. Almost, probably. So, like, maybe if there's like a Gila 2.0, which we still haven't seen, yeah. So, in my opinion, you don't need to build specifically to counter Qitian, because it is not a thing like Dream Guardian, where Dream Guardian go into the meta so hard that it just make the game an RNG fest, right? So there are countermeasures against it, which is our shield, that can help you not get one-shotted by the enemy team. But Qitian is honestly just a unit. It's just a unit that can do huge AoEs attack that just... It's just a unit that just one-up every other unit in the game by a notch. So until maybe 4G come out, until maybe Genesis Gao Gai Gar come out, to AoE all of the clones, it's hard to see what you can really do against Qitian, except to use your own Qitian to fight the enemy Qitian. So yeah, that's just kind of how I feel when Qitian did came into EN. Now again, if someone is gonna abuse Qitian, like using 4 Qitians, then you can easily kill him by using Alicia, I guess. Or using, Fork, or using some other Lilith or something, right? But, yeah, just push through. Yeah, if you're fighting Qitian, the best way is to use your own Qitian. Again, you don't need to have a max star. 7 to, or some even 6-star might do, right? Even 6-star might do, because 6-star, as long as you get a chassis, it might just be able to do it. Obviously, having XL is just leagues better because the big AoEs, but usually just push through with your own Qitian, because if you are having a problem with Qitian, you're probably in top PvP, and if you're in top PvP, you probably have enough savings for you to roll Qitian. So yeah. I guess. Yeah. Anyway, also I think I saw some chat, but I think for some reason it was gone. The bunny tar. What's that? All right. Yeah. Right. Oh yeah, the bunny tar. Yeah. Also, I hope the chat is functioning all good. Let me know. Let me know if it is not. Then I will, change it and stuff. So. Anyway, so now, what else? Alright, so yeah, actually, I think that covers about everything about Qitian. I guess I'll get into its, so, if you have problems against it in boss conquest, just use my team. The boss isn't that hard, actually. Yeah, the boss isn't that hard, so if you really want to, you can, just use my team here, and yeah, it should do. So, it has 6,000 users now, which is pretty awesome. Glad that people are using my team, so definitely, yeah. You for me, yeah. Send me a friend request, yeah. Well, not this one, because this one is a test account, so yeah. Just ping me to remind me to add you, yeah, just ping me with your in-game name, or just ping me and I'll give you your in-game name so you can add me and stuff. So. Yeah. So yeah, that should be it about Qitian, I think. I guess time to get into Cynthia Awaken. I hope I have answered every question. If I didn't, definitely let me know and I'll ask them. I'll answer them right away. So now for Cynthia Awaken. Where's Cynthia? Cynthia Awaken is a huge disappointment in my opinion because not that it is bad. A lot of her skill got upgraded, but I just wish that I don't know. Cynthia is. Hold on. Let me find her first. Like how she was is already good, I guess. Like she, even now, she like old Cynthia can still can do stuff just because of his copying ability, like that infinite copying active skill ability. But now even though you can, yeah, let me see. So Awaken obviously stripped down her first skill. Now it's just you know, the force knockdown and like I guess a CC, which can be good, but it's only just once, right? It's only once, and you know since it's only just one, doesn't really matter, I guess, right? Yeah. I don't know. It's just kind of disappointing. Like it would be so much more fun if it plays into the active cell, which is her thing, right? Which is her thing, where you know she copies like another guy's or another unit's active skill, I guess. So, but I mean, it is a good skills, but you know, it's only one, so, eh. Now, High Priest, attack plus 20%, which is a good upgrade, especially for PvE, and you know this effect will be doubled, you know, depending on the time, which you know, which will be even better because you know, it is a good amount of attack to have. And after dealing 30 hits on the in the peaceful mode, she'll enter into extreme mode. That will basically what's it called? Basically, it would be dealing additional damage, or I guess extra damage. Now, these additional damage are, how do you say? They are not that the true damage in the game, where that damage wouldn't be affected by most effects. Like it wouldn't be affected by firm skill. It wouldn't be affected by most skills. It's just kind of there, and they'll also not be calculated into the final results. So when you're seeing your Cynthia's results, you definitely want to like check, like add a good amount of damage onto Cynthia, because you know she'll be doing some additional damage. Now this skill is good. It's a good upgrade for an old one, and it's definitely should be usable in PvE. But I don't know, man. It could have been better. Could have been better. That's all I can say. Could have been better. But this skill doesn't really matter because you know for other two skills, as long as it is an upgrade, it should be fine. Yeah. I don't know why it gave attack and not final attack. It would have been better if it is final attack. And then now the third skill is now non-melee final damage value dealt will increase by 30%, which you know good in PvE, you know very good in PvE. You know just a flat 30% final damage value increase, and of course final damage value calculates after firm skill. So even in PvP, this skill can be pretty good just to do more damage. And when an enemy unit is performing or is not performing an action, she'll target the closest one that does that. Now, this skill is good, especially the first part. The second part though is a bit iffy for me because the second part is just, I don't know. I feel like it can be detrimental in the PvP setting because how many times will all the units go into a non-combative state, right? Like I feel like it can affect Cynthia in a PvP setting. In PvE though, it obviously wouldn't because there's only one enemies, but see, her older skill is a D-stealth, which is really good because there are bosses that can go into stealth a lot, and that can be a huge hinder to your DPS. I just wish her new skill can have a 100% into stealth. That would have made her a really good anti-stealth tools, because her by default is already good, but if she can also de-stealth, then she'll be in more PvE teams. So and then now on the last skill, this is a skill that kind of tried to like play back on her infinite active skill things. So reduce selection by 10%, which is I think the first one that really affect herself. And once every 14 seconds, replicates and release active skill over random pilots from either ally or enemies. The skill level comes pretty much the same level as active skill. Now this skill is pretty much exclusive for PvE, because in PvP, because you know it's 2 RNG, right? There are 8 units on the field. How do you know which one is, how do you know after 40 seconds the one that you get are gonna be good, right? Especially when a lot of the skill can only be activated once, or can only take effect once in an entire game. So in PvP, this skill is absolutely obsolete. In PvE, then, it is also just not on par with her older skill. Her older skill it's just kind of an infinite skill, right? It's it can create some crazy stuff with it, right? You can have both. Like they can make her SP go up so fast that it can be rapid firing active skills constantly. But now this skill just kind of set a time limit on it where you couldn't really go faster or slower anymore. So it's kind of it's less fun and just less powerful too, in my opinion. So yeah. And the only good side that I can probably think of it is that if this skill doesn't trigger the active skill effect or the active skill debuff that come with most boss challenges nowadays, maybe it can be better in that case. But man, you gotta like, I don't know what team that you will be using with Cynthia to hide, like, it's not impossible, right? It's not impossible, but first of all, it takes luck, and it also takes too much work to set up a team that will make this skill work, or that will make her work in her Awaken form. It's actually easier to make her like to do it, like, to do it for her pre-Awaken, I guess. So yeah, I wish she could have been better. I just wish. I mean, maybe you can use the old infinite skill on that skill that can be a constant knockdown, but like, she is like, is it fun to use the same skill over and over and over to knock the boss or the enemy down over and over and over? Like, I don't know. The charm is using other people's skills and having the upgrades or having the bursts adding up to each other to create some crazy burst DPS, sometimes even to a point where it crashes the game, right? But yeah, I can see that they don't want to make this too OP, because she does have the skill, the Unlimited Awakening. So if her new active skill is too OP, then that will be too, like, that can break the game, I guess, or to break the PvE. But I think that a bit too overly cautious. They should have just made her 100% de-stealth. Something about copying enemies' move, or something about able to chain active skill spam even faster. Could have been, I don't know, this could have been better, I think. Anyway, that should be it about Cynthia. Cynthia is not really used in high level PvE, because not that she's unusable, is that it takes too much work than your traditional team. Traditional team, you got Slokai, Linda, Slokai, Linda, Charlotte, and Ashima, and that's it. It's simple and easy. The DPS role are in DPS, the support role are in support, CC role in support in CC, and that generally would just do a really good job with it. With this, with Cynthia, you really require a team that can work well with her RNG-ness that is spamming the active skill. So it's very demanding on both the mecha and the pilots, and of course the resources that needed to put on them. So for new players especially, honestly, I just wouldn't recommend this to be your top Awaken options. So yeah, but anyway, that should be it about Cynthia. Yeah, I guess the only thing I should say is that if you want to build her and use her as a DPS, she had to be on a range, because she doesn't have as much of the melee support, and you don't want to use her on support anyway. So yeah. All right. That should be it about her. Now let's get into the new pilots. The new pilots that just dropped. Mahiru. Now Mahiru, she is not worth it. I'm just gonna say outright, or not worth it for $30, because if you want to get this pilot right away, that you can spend $30 to get it. Not worth it, and not worth spending a ring on her as well. It just she just doesn't give as much especially compared to the previous two girl, which both are honestly is debatable if they are worth at least a ring or something, because their combat skill are not too bad, but her combat skill, so her support, it looks good, right? Reload speed, action cooldown, and recovery speed plus 14%. That's always really good because action cooldown is the lifeblood in Iron Saga right now. And it always will be. But first of all, it's a random ally, so random always adds a layer to the less usefulness of the mecha, like of the skill, I guess. I mean, if if Agami is in the team, then Agami will get a buff for sure. But what's it called? Agami is not using PvE at all, aside from being a funnel, so there's no reason to do that. Maybe except if you want to use her on the funnel as well. But she can, if you're using another funnel, she can, give it to other funnel, which is still RNG thing. So yeah. But yeah, so this skill is just not that great. I just say mainly because of the randomness. If there's no randomness, then all should be fine. Then maybe Shu will actually be worth a ring or something for top players. So yeah. And then now we have Price of Growing Up. So this skill is probably the better one of them. So after receiving damage, increase all stat of the pilot by 3 up to 100 times stat. Now that means it can go up to 300 stats on each stat. Now that's pretty good. Stats are pretty good into this meta, especially with all the Awakens having over 1,000 stats, right? So this skill can be a good skill to have if you don't have any other supports, like if you don't have any better special skill, which you usually will have a better skill than this one. Like you can use, I don't know, you can use she don't have. You can use I'm just using it. Yeah, you can use stillness. You can use what's it called? Yeah, stillness. You can use where's she? I'm not too sure. Still, there's another one that can actually act. That can anti. Yeah, you use hers if you want. You can use so many. There's so much better choice for special co-pilot skills, so I really felt to see that this skill can be better than those skills, if you know what I meant. Now, I think I've seen people use this just because it does, that a stats amount can give a beneficial, sometimes can be more beneficial in the PvP setting, but I don't know. For me, I much prefer the skill to do an effect that doesn't just increase stats, I guess. So. But yeah, so that's why she is not really worth it in my opinion. To even use a ring on it, or just give her like regular gift and stuff like that if you see her in a cafe, and just sort of get her, because again, her co-pilot skill, you're only gonna get her because of the co-pilot skills. Her other skills are just not really worth it. And her co-pilot skills are just, one is RNG, which is just meh, and the other one is good, but it's not the best. So yeah, if you want to spend on her, you might as well spend on the previous two. These two Qitian pilots will be a better option, or Pythia, or some other just better pilots overall. So. Alright, so that should be it about the new pilots. Now let's get into the new parts, which I already talked about, I think. But I think we'll talk about most of them because I think I missed a lot of them. Now, For the so now for this one, not for this skill can potentially, like, at first I thought maybe this can potentially help, make Qitian as a support in PvE, so the boss can do more damage, or the boss can take more damage now. But I don't know. On a second thought, um, what, like, if unless the only DPS in your team is Qitian, or the only DPS you have is Qitian, there is really a reason, or I guess, okay, the reason why you would use this part is if you want to use Qitian as a CC or a support in against a boss, right? But you're not like, there are better support in the game, right? That can lock the boss up much easier than Qitian. I don't even think Qitian can do that too. So, yeah, I don't know. You're just sacrificing. Like, Qitian is much better as a DPS, even though it is not the best, than a support or like a carrier or something like that. So yeah, so I don't know. This skill, like this part is definitely not worth using using a moon badge or even a box on, because just use claws, because claws can really help you in PvP a lot. Now in PvP this can do more damage to the enemy, yes, but again, if you have this part on in PvP, you wouldn't have any, like, if a pilot doesn't have anything, then you won't have any sustainability. So that's why I think claw overall I think is always better, even if this can do more damage from from doing those 3 things from other clones or from your teammates as well. So, and in PvE, as I said before, if you want to use Qitian in your team, make him a DPS and put that sword thing on, put this sword thing on instead of that blunt thing on, because your Qitian is not gonna be doing, or are not supposed to be doing, I guess, buffing or support role, I guess. So, yeah. And then we got the magnetism generator. Now this part I think is pretty interesting. However, it's not that great, I think. Release a magnetic field to shine all enemies down. No, let's not even talk about that. If you get talked about all enemies, there's a high chance that you would die. And if you don't, I don't know. I think this skill is more detrimental than I don't know. Yeah, I just think, I don't know. There isn't really much use for this skill, maybe except for low-level PvP or low-level PvE, or well, not low-level, like non-top PvP, non-top PvE. But because there's so much better support options, child stabilizers, emergency detach, the pads, the batteries, there's just no reason to use this skill on, unless there's a pilot that you really, mecha that you really want to be targeted, like Yao-chan or Shinki the Dragon or something. But even then, using a taunt code will be better than using this, I feel like. So, but yeah, not worth it. But can be fun in PvE, definitely. Oh, wasn't you? Oh my God! Thank you. Oh, wait, did you? Wait. Who? What? Huh. Oh, Sector L. Thank you so much for the follow, Sector. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, thank you, Sector. Thank you. So, today's best day on Twitch. Yeah, I don't really know anymore. Just not worth it. Now this part will be worth it though. Yeah, this part will be something that is worth, because this skill, hold on. Oh, there are. Oh, never mind. I thought there were more chat on Twitch. Okay, but it's fine. Okay, so bike sector. Now, bike sector is just a better overall PvE skill now, or PvE parts now. There is little reason to use Super Roll Fist now, and little reason, and even less reason to use Hyper Beam Sword now, just because bike sector are just overall better in PvE in PvE. Now the backstabber cannot be used in PvP because the fire damage value wouldn't be dealt onto the enemies in PvP. So yeah, but so I guess you don't need this one. You definitely don't want to waste a moon badge on it. This is only for top PvE player who want to do the most damage, and aside from that, yeah, not really another reason to really use this part. So, and then for the XP shell, this here is just good PvE debuffer. So yeah, it's also for high level PvE players. So if you're just a new player, yeah, they can skip this one. Same thing, pretty much just high level PvE debuffer skill. So yeah, new player just get something like, I don't know. For new player, just grab a competition join or something. Yeah, that would have been much better. Alright, I think I covered everything I want to talk about today. I may have missed something because I don't know. There's something in my head that I feel like I missed. But hold on. Give me a second. Let me relog into my Iron Saga account real quick. But yeah. Does you guys have any more questions? I will answer them all. As I just do some dailies or just one or two days. Just check my account on some stuff, and after that, I'll be calling it in a day. So yeah, Q&A time if anyone have any questions. And now I'll just be doing these. Oh, I haven't opened the thing yet. I've got Talent in the ball. Dang. Go well. I'm not gonna use him anyway though. And yeah, thank you so much for the follow today. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. I'll probably be streaming again on, I don't know, on Scam. Yeah. I'll probably be streaming again though on my second channel. Maybe in like 10 hours, maybe? I'm not sure. Maybe not, depending on if I'm tired or not, but yeah. Stay tuned. And my second channel, you guys should know where it was, yeah. Oh yeah, and yeah, Mecha, if you're still here, just know that, remember to tag me after the stream, or so I can get you into our guilds again. We are still top. See, look, Rabbit Saga 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rabbit, and global is one of us as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 10 in top 10. So pretty awesome. And also, we always have room, so if anyone wanna join too, just come by. It doesn't matter what level you are. We'll always have room for you. So yeah, even if you're a new player or any players. So any questions, guys? Any more questions? Again, if I miss anything, I'll be talking about them in the comments and in the gosh, I'm a bit tired. In the comments. And if you want to ask any questions but you missed the stream, you can always ask me, in our Discord. So box. Good in PvE, yeah. That is fire guy. Otherwise, we don't know about the Wallong yet. But yeah, for the fire guy, yeah, it's good in PvE. Yeah, very good PvE. All right, use the Wallongs. Well, no, no, no one in this one. Uh, I'm not gonna roll it because I don't know. I just don't feel like it. It's not a unit that I really like. I feel like so. Uh, uh, I got Leviathan though. I got Leviathan. I'll probably do a video on it and stuff. So. Anything here that I want to open for the stream? I don't know. Alright, well, it seems like there's no questions, so I'm gonna call it a day. Just keeping the stream shorter, so, you know, thing will look better with a great sword. True, yeah, true, definitely true. Man, well, thank you so much, thank you all so much, so much for being here. And, yeah, see you all next time. Actually, I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy one. Because the next one is I'm gonna get is gonna be S. So. Oh, okay. Burn. That's good. That's fine. Alright. Well, alright. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Easier. Again, thank you all so much for the for the follow and the sub today. Thank you all so much, so much.